Hello everyone, today's lesson is about how to tell what time it is in Spanish, at what time events take place, and some expressions we use in Spanish when we talk about time. To ask what time it is, we say, ¿Qué hora es? And there are two ways of answering this question. One of them is es la, which is what we say from 1 to 1:59. And the other one is son las, which we use for the other numbers. We have two ways of answering that question because one is singular and the other one is plural. The singular one, es la, refers to one, the number one that follows it, and son las is for all the other numbers, which are more than one, making them, and the conjugation and the article, plural. Entonces, ¿qué hora es? Are you gonna use es la or son las? Son las 3:05. Son las 8:25. Son las 10:10. Son las or es la. Es la 1:35. Why? Because we're talking about number one. So we have to change the conjugation to a singular conjugation. Now we're going to take a look at some common expressions that we use in Spanish when we talk about time. With this time, 1:15, we can say two expressions. We can say es la 1:15 or es la 1:15. Now notice, this is not cuatro, this is cuarto. Cuarto means a quarter because a quarter of the hour has passed by. Now with this time, 5:30, we can say son las 5:30, which is using the numbers that you see right there. Or we can say son las 5:30. Media means one half. Same logic because half an hour has passed by. When it's 12 a.m., we say es medianoche, it's midnight. p.m. es mediodía, it's noon. Now, how will we say this time in English? We can say it's 11:55, or we can say it's 5 minutes to 12. In Spanish, when there are up to 20 minutes left until the next hour, we use a similar expression. But we're gonna flip the order of the numbers. Take a look. So for 5 minutes to 12, what we're going to do is we're gonna flip the numbers. We're gonna say son las 12 menos 5. It's like we're subtracting from the next hour the minutes that are left until then. Let us take a look at some more examples. For example, here we have 15 minutes to 11, right? Flip both numbers in Spanish. Son las 11 menos 15. Can you do the next one? Son las 10 menos 10. It's 10 minutes to 10. Can you do the last one? Son las 4 menos 5. Notice that we never mention the actual numbers that you see there. We're not saying it's 3:55. We're saying the numbers that are not mentioned, the next hour, and the minutes that are left until that next hour. Some countries that speak Spanish, like Spain and Argentina, use military time. In other countries, we follow the expressions below. So for 8 a.m., we will say son las 8 de la mañana. For 12:15, we will say Son las 2:15, or you can also say son las 2:15 de la tarde. De la tarde. And for 9:30 p.m., right, we're gonna say son las 9:30 de la noche. Now we only use the expression de la noche from sundown until midnight, and then it's back to de la mañana. Now on your notebook, write the following times in Spanish. Make sure to use the expressions de la mañana, de la tarde, or de la noche as corresponds. Now, when we talk about time, we don't always use time to say what time it is at the moment or right now. We also use time to say at what time some event takes place. So when we ask at what time something is, we're gonna ask it like this. ¿A qué hora es? Please note the preposition a, or a in this case, before the question. That completely changes the question from what time is it to at what time something is. And since we're talking about the time that an event is going to take place, we have two ways of answering, singular and plural, as we saw before, right? So if an event takes place at 1 or from 1 to 1:59 within those minutes, we're gonna say a la, and alas for all the other numbers. Think of a la and alas here as saying at. For example, ¿a qué hora es la clase de español? ¿A qué hora es la clase de español? Es a la 1 de la tarde. That's all for today's lesson. See you soon.